This is my 2019 2500 Tradesman Ram. I don't have a whole lot of room in my barn, but today has a 6.4 liter Hemi in it. Today we're going to be changing out the wheel speed sensors, front and rear. Already took the beauty cap off, and I broke the 22 millimeter lug nuts loose with a breaker bar before I lifted it up on the jack there. And then, of course, you want to be safe when you're doing it. As you can see down there, I put a jack stand underneath it too, just to be safe. I didn't use my bottle jack. You can use a bottle jack too, but I didn't use it. Anyway, I'll update y'all as I get a little further along into it. So my 2019 2500 Tradesman Ram. So I got the wheel off, got it up on jack, and got a jack stand down under there too, you can see. I'm going to go ahead and jack it up even higher because you can see in here, if you can see that, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but the wheel speed sensor is back behind the dust cover. So we'll have to take this caliper off and the bracket, or at least the bracket. I might leave the caliper on it. We'll just have to see. I think it's a 21 millimeter, two of those, and then a 13 millimeter, two of those for the caliper. But I'm going to try just to take the bracket off. We'll see if I can, down here you can see that, I don't know, but try to release the pistons a little bit to get it off with a screwdriver or a pry bar. You got to be careful when you do that. But you can see the wheel speed sensor comes up out there, out of the hub, and then goes along the brake line down to the frame there, along the brake line, and then it goes up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it up in there where the connection is. I'm going to have to jack it up a little higher. I'm a little older, a little bigger, so I'm going to have to make sure I get up under there good. So if you can see that, I don't know, but the connection's back behind the frame there. I'll have to take that loose here in a little bit. I'll update you as I go. Correction for the 2500 2019 Ram. The bracket bolt is 24 millimeter, and the caliper bolt is 16 millimeter. There's two for the caliper and two for the bracket bolts. I just put the sockets on there so y'all could see them. So I'll update further I get along here. So I was wrong. You do not have to go down up under the frame. I jacked the vehicle up much higher. I don't know if you can see that or not. Put another jack stand there. Put another one there. Crawled under there. So that's an illusion right here. If you can see where my fingers are, that's an illusion. It looks like the wheel speed sensor goes under the frame, up. It really doesn't do that at all. It goes up here, loops back this way, and goes up here, up along this steel shock tower housing. And then there's two little, I don't know if you can see them. I don't think I can zoom in on them. They're right here, right there. Two little plastic nubbins. All you gotta do is take them out right there, and there's a connector for your, you can see it, there's your connector for your wheel speed sensor. You got to push up that red tab and then disconnect it, which I can't do. I'll have to put this down, but that's a little update. It's right here on the inside of the shock tower. Goes down along the frame, under the frame, loops back around the brake cable, back up under these clips. These clips, like right here, goes in these little clips, and then it goes back down into here, into that's my light. But down into here, this cable back into the dust cover, which I don't have the caliper. I don't have the caliper or the bracket off yet. And an update, if I didn't forgot to say it, those are 24 millimeter, 2 of them for the bracket, and 16 millimeter, 2 of them for the caliper. I'm just going to try to take the bracket off, the 2 bolts, and get it all off as an assembly. And then down here, you can see, I'm going to try to relieve the pressure on the pistons. I think it's a dual piston. It may only be one. I forget. It may only be one piston. And I'll try to release it, a little bit of the pressure. Before I do that, you got to be careful. I know there's a rubber boot in here, so you got to be careful how you do that. So anyway, I'll give you an update as I get a little further along. But the connector, it's right there, and hidden in the inside of the shock tower. All right, that's all for now. Oh, here's a little update on my 2500 Ram. I'm getting ready to. I've already got the wheel speed sensor. There's the cable. I can finally see it right now. There it is. Sorry. There it actually is. I don't know if you can see that or not. Filthy. I don't dare. I think it's a 5 millimeter Allen head, and I'll give you an update. I'm going to clean it out real good before I ever even think about trying to get it loose. There's a lot of grime and soot in there. Doesn't look like it's ever been changed. I'm going to change all of them, but yeah. So I just took the bracket off. I left the calipers on. It came off real easy. And then I got the rotor off. I will say, getting the rotor off, that was a little bit harder in my case, because you see this lip right here, you can see that it gets really rusty around the outside diameter, which goes inside the rotor there. You can see it just kind of starts to rust itself together. So it took me a while to figure out how to get that rotor off of there. It just doesn't come right off of there. You see all the rust around the outside there, if you can see that. But yeah, that was my biggest challenge, getting the rotor off the studs. That took a while. No pecking on the, I pecked on the, you can see here maybe this outside. I pecked on it all the way around. I used a lot of PB blaster, the rust penetrant, and then finally I ended up pounding with a 5-pound sledge with the rotor still on there, all in here. Boom, 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 all the way around. Finally, it started to loosen up by me hitting on it, and it finally broke free. And then I could wiggle it, and it finally broke free and came loose. So that was my biggest issue so far. And now I'm getting ready. You can see that as I showed you earlier. That's the bolt that's holding the 2019 front wheel speed sensor into the rotor, into the hub. That's a mess. I don't dare try to crank on that until I get it cleaned out first. I'll give you an update later. That's all for now. Bye. Oh yeah, I blew it out with the air compressor, and I don't know if you can see that down in there or not, but I'll take it out. I've already got it loose. But yeah, that's I put some PB blaster in there, and it fit. I pecked it down in there. It's not very tight. 5 millimeter. I did it on a 3/8 simple ratchet. So it worked just fine. You can take it out and replace it now. That's what the 2500 2019 6.4 liter Hemi Tradesman Ram. That's what the front wheel speed sensor looks like. That's helpful for anybody that needs to know. I took it out. Here's a connector on the other end, which I never showed you. I could find it. See what I can do here. There's a connector in. It's got 2 pins in it. Two flat pins, if you can see those. That's what it looks like. So yeah, there you go. That's the front wheel speed sensor. I'm going to do the other side, then I'm going to do the rear ones too. But I don't know if I'm going to get all that done today or not. I'm kind of old and slow, just taking my time. And that's an update for now.